Hello everyone. Let us understand the concept of delegation of authority. Delegation of authority is a very important concept in any organization. When we talk about it literally, we understand that delegation is the assignment of any responsibility or authority to another person. Well, this generally happens from a person at a superior level to his subordinate, like from a manager to his subordinate, so that one can carry out the specific tasks delegated to him or her. And if we are unable to do effective delegation, it will definitely not be possible for anybody to run an organization and to function properly in any organization. The delegation of authority has a direct link, or it is based on the principle of division of work. So here it also says that no matter how efficient a person may be, he or she cannot really carry out on the entire organization's work single-handedly. The person needs some assistance to carry out the work one is doing. So whenever a person is appointed in any organization, to whatever position he or she is joining in, there has to be some amount of authority that should be given to that person. So from here, we understand the importance of delegation, or why do we need to delegate. So delegation is needed so that the authority can be taken by the superior if he or she desires at any point of time, if it is felt or if it is understood, so that according to the need of the hour, one has to take the decisions. So delegation of authority is a process by which a manager shares some of his work and authority with his subordinates. Now, what has Coons and O'Donnell said about authority, delegation of authority? Well, authority is delegated when enterprise discretion is vested in a subordinate by a superior. It is also said by them that the entire process of delegation involves the determination of results expected, the assignment of tasks, and the delegation of authority for accomplishment of these tasks, and the exaction of responsibility for their accomplishment. So we understand these few points which are very, very important for delegation of authority. Firstly, it is the downward transfer of authority from a superior to a subordinate. So the superior or the manager is transferring the authority to the subordinate. Now, what happens if this is done? It leads to efficient functioning. Here the manager uses his or her time on priority activities, activities which are much more needed in the organization. The entire work that the workload, if divided by delegating some of the work to the subordinates, then the managers can definitely have better functioning of the organization. So here it also extends one's area of operation, the area, that is the scope that one has to perform his or her task, also increases when one is delegating some of his or her work. And definitely does not mean abdication. One is not going away or running away from the work. One is not resigning or turning his or her face away from the work. The manager is still very much accountable for the work that he or she is doing in the organization. You cannot say that I am not accountable for this just because I have delegated this work. So even if I don't do that, irrespective of to the degree to which I have delegated, the manager, the superior, is still very much accountable for the work that he or she is assigned to, whether the person has delegated or not delegated any of this work. Okay, so we understand here that whenever a manager shares some of his work with his subordinate, he also, at the same time should also share part of the authority as well, so that one is able to carry out the assigned task appropriately. Like if the subordinate is delegated some work and the subordinate is not given adequate amount of authority to carry out that work, it will be difficult for that subordinate to do that task with complete authority or with all that is needed. So it is expected that one also shares a part of the authority once somebody is delegating the authority. So this is the concept of delegation of authority.